Hey, welcome Soul Circle. Welcome to find a seat, chill out, get your tea, get your water. Today is Dr. Martin Luther King, his observed day that the country, the nation observes his day. And I am doing my show today, your host, Desiree. That's my song. And we're doing a show today called She Kissed a Girl and She Liked It. But is she free at last to feel like that? Openly, anyway. So that's what we're talking about today. Today's program is explicit. It has content for adult and mature audiences. Please be aware of that. Even for those of you that think that you're an adult, meaning you're over 18, if you can't handle mature subjects, I suggest that you go to another podcast. Go to one of my earlier podcasts. Not this one, but this is for adult conversations. As you know, you are tuned into www.lifeenhancementradio.com. Feel free to text me at 443-410-1971. Or you can email myself or any of the other awesome hosts at Life Enhancement Radio at talktous@lifeenhancementradio.com. So I am so overly proud to have joining the Soul Circle today. Soul Circle, everybody, please give her a hand. Please give her a hand. It is my sister. Oh my goodness. But, she can help understand. She can help explain. She can help bring up questions or issues that we may have in terms of my topic today, which is she kissed a girl and she liked it, but can she openly do that? And, with Dr. King, does the free at last apply to all peoples? And what are they free to do? So, again, I'm going to introduce my sister, Dr. Donna Marcano, to the Soul Circle. Dr. Donna Marcano, how are you?
Very nice, thank you. Thanks for inviting me to be here.
Anytime. So, I will share with the Soul Circle, just to be very honest and transparent with us all. While she is my sister, she is so incredibly awesome. Like, it's so much going on. You heard me say Dr. Donna Marcano. She has her PhD, correct, in
philosophy.
You
think my sister knew that, but okay.
I did know that, but I wanted to share that with the Soul Circle. I don't want to have all the information myself. But, so she has her doctorate in philosophy, and she thinks about so many things. Like, when you think about the complexities of various issues, like, she's the one. And she can help you think it through. She can make sense out of it. And this is something I want us to think about. Because we have people around us all day that are into same-sex relationships, same-sex love. Even though you may be heterosexual. And we need to be, again, as I always say, understanding of that. And there's so many layers to that understanding that we should know, right? So first, what I'm going to do to start us off, I am going to start us off with the segment of the Dr. King speech, Free at Last, that this is a different take on that whole speech of Free at Last. We know that was for civil rights for African American people. Which, of course, is a long way to go with that. It's a very long way to go with that. It's actually a long way to go for everyone to be equal with the, the majority party and the different privileges and benefits that are enjoyed by that party. And so today, like I said, we're going to take a different spin on that. But listen up to a very important speech, Martin Luther King, Free at Last.
The true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day, down in Alabama, together. This is our hope. This is the faith that I go back to the South with. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. I say to you today, my friend, let freedom ring from the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire. Let freedom ring from the mighty mountains of New York. Let freedom ring from the heightening Alleghanies of Pennsylvania. Let freedom ring from the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado. Let freedom ring from the curvaceous slopes of California. But not only that, let freedom ring from Stone Mountain of Georgia. Let freedom ring from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and molehill of Mississippi, from every mountainside. Let freedom ring, and when this happens, when we allow freedom ring, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last, thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
So, as we heard, Soul Circle, that was Dr. King, and the two very prominent things in that speech for me right now in this conversation is, let freedom ring. So, freedom, like, particularly, my issue is about the black community and minority communities with same-sex love and same-sex relationships. Do we allow freedom in that? And when Dr. King was speaking of freedom, was he only speaking of one type of freedom, right? So, let's talk about that. What was it only one type of freedom understood? And also, free at last. So, we're talking about, are people free at last to love who they want to love? As long as they don't hurt other people, they love who they want to love. So, Dr. Marcano, I know you have published several articles on black feminism and racism. So, and you've helped me understand, at least start a discussion and a conversation about those issues. So, what do you feel about, Dr. King's speech and free at last and being a black lesbian woman?
Well, this is such a complicated topic, mostly because I feel that if Dr. Martin Luther King were here today,
right,
his message, I think, would be one of love for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And love, protection, and freedom for especially those who are the marginalized, sometimes called the wretched of the earth. Those who are the oppressed. And certainly what I would think about today is how many Martin Luther King Jr. parades, for instance, include across the country. How many Martin Luther King parades across this country?
Down Martin Luther King Avenue.
Down
Street.
Martin Luther King
Yes.
Avenue.
Yes.
Also had a part of its parade that was proud for the children of the black community who were gay, lesbian, and trans.
Wow. I see that's what I'm talking about, Soul Circle. I never thought about that. So in all of those parades, and you heard me say, down Martin Luther King Avenue, because here where I am in Baltimore, we do have a street called Martin Luther King Avenue, and we had a parade down Martin Luther King Avenue. And she bring from me, and text me, let me know, Soul Circle, let me know what you think. Was that portion, that component of the Black community included in that?
Yeah.
In that parade?
I don't know. Now, as you know, Desiree, I don't live in Baltimore anymore. I've been gone for now
for too long,
20 years or so.
Yes.
And every time I come back, I actually think that Baltimore, compared to the city that I live in, is very gay friendly and really gay open. There's a lot of gay people that I see around, but when I grew up in Baltimore, that was just not the case. And so it is really great to see gay people who can, kind of look gay,
like
or
the pride
self-evidently
and
gay.
Right, and that's another thing, right? Self-evidently.
And to know that that the gay pride gay pride, for instance, every year is still going strong.
Let me ask you really quickly about that whole word of pride, right? So is that something that, the Black community should say, well, the gay portion of our community owns that word, gay pride, right? Yeah. Or is pride a word that is very general? Like for me, I can say, I'm proud, prideful or something like that. Or is it just for the gay community to say, gay pride? Because when we think of, a pride parade, if you tell anyone, I'm down here at a pride parade, generally, the people that I know, they will say, oh, you're having a gay parade? So is there some sort of monopoly on that word pride?
I mean, I certainly think that as a person who is Black and gay and a woman,
the trifecta,
the trifecta,
right?
I feel that there are certainly moments for each that can seem separate. So I've worked on on discovering women's work so that we can have pride that women actually, in particular Black women, actually have done, that we can know and have pride in kind of the history of the intellectual work that Black women have done, that women have done, that has, that kind of work has always been suppressed or never considered important. I also understand that that's important to have pride for who is gay, and lesbian, and that's a whole nother history that I've, had to have pride
and we're
for.
Going to talk about that.
And of course,
you're going to teach us
I
about
have
that,
certainly had to learn how to have pride in Blackness as well. So all of those things, all of those identities or identity categories suffer with some of the very same things. Sometimes shame, invisibility, oppression, and suppression. Right. And so in some ways they can seem very separate.
You mean in all those categories, right?
Yes. Okay. All of those, share those
okay.
kind of struggles. At the same time, I think someone like me cannot think about it as these completely separate things all the time.